Well, good day, folks, and here you are at Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood again today. And today's video is going to be on firewood, or I should say a heater accessory. So I bought two of these fans. They just sit on the stove, and the fan, once it gets hot, it starts to turn and moves air. And they are a Hidalife wood stove, log burner gas stove fan. Now, I'll show you where I got the idea from. I was watching Don's video the other day, and that might have been 2 weeks ago, I guess now, but anyway, Don had showed them on his channel. So I thought, well, that'd be kind of neat to have. I always want to kind of try one. So that's where I got the idea, is from Don at Little Griff off-grid, Alberta. You should go and have a look at Don's channel. He's got all kinds of things going on there. He's into storms, minus 40 temperatures, and has no power other than what he generates himself by solar or a generator. So he's not hooked up to the grid, I guess is what you'd call it. Yeah, all kinds of stuff there. Out in the woods with the snowmobiles and the chainsaws and dragging wood home and cooking up nice meals in the camp, and great videos there. So go have a look at Don's videos. All right, so we're going to have a look here. Anyway, kind of the way why I bought it was my son has a wood stove in his house, and I bought him two of these things years ago. Not this kind, but they were the type that had two blades on them. They were the popular thing at the time, I guess. So anyway, one of them slowly works and the other one doesn't work anymore. So I thought, well, I'll get myself one and I'll get him one just for fun, just for winter entertainment. You got to have something to think about. And and I got some other things too. I got through Amazon, of course. I got the LED lights for the back of the Hidalife tractor, and I got studs that I'm going to put in those tires on the John Deere up there. Anyway, just entertainment. So what I'm going to show you here today is I'm going to get my fire going, and we'll have a look at this fan that's over there. It's kind of smaller than what I thought it was going to be, but anyway, that's all right. And we'll see when it takes off, I guess. So, and we'll have a read through the instructions here and all that. So I'll just set you down here for a minute. I gotta get the fire going. There now, fire going. Look at that. Just as quick as that now. I gotta get some extra wood now and throw into it, I guess. So, all right, so I'm gonna shut you off for a minute here while I do that, and that the video is almost 5 minutes long already, so I'll just shut you off here for a minute. All right, we got the fire going. It's only a couple of minutes later here now. Added a bit to it. So we'll wait and see Is it going yet? Nope, not going yet. There's my coffee. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to read through the pamphlet here a little bit as we're sitting here waiting and wondering and what. So, you let me know when it starts turning. Anyway, I won't read the whole thing here, but anyway, it just kind of gives you information about safe operation, of course, and you don't hurt yourself and all that kind of stuff. So, heat-powered stove fan operating temperature range, and it is between 140 and 653 degrees. Well, 653 degrees that's hot. Anyway, so it tells you how to move it and hold it and where to put it on the stove, and it's not necessarily meant to sit, let's say, in front of the flue pipe here, not directly in front of it. It's supposed to be off the sides. So I guess it's not supposed to get heat from the flue pipe. That's why I got that little deflector there. And it's not supposed to go in the front of the stove either. So that's about where it's got to go. Placement of the heat-powered stove fan is very important to maximize the effectiveness of the fan. Position the fan on the stove top so that cool air will be drawn over the cooling fins. The fan should not be directly in front of the stovepipe or at the front of the stove. And that's about all there is to it, and then you get into other languages. So anyway, it's a neat little pamphlet. So I never knew how these stoves or these fans worked. So I had to kind of do a little research. I knew a little electric motor, and I kind of knew that it had to make power somehow from the heat. So, my son's fans, like I say, one of them is not working and the other one's just going slow. So I did a little YouTube video, of course, I looked at a YouTube video. So now I know basically how they work. The base of it there gets hot. There's kind of like a thermocouple jammed in the middle of it underneath the fins that are at the top. So the bottom gets hot, the top stays cool, it generates power. It's no different than a thermocouple or a thermopile in a propane heater system. Thermopiles make 30 millivolts. No, thermocouples make 30 millivolts, and thermopiles can make up to 750 millivolts. One AA battery at 1.5 volt is 1500 millivolts. So thermocouples don't make a whole lot of power, but that's what they're designed to do with the equipment that they're hooked to. So I don't know what the voltage is on these little motors that are in these fans. But anyway, that's how it operates. The bottom part gets hot, top part stays cool. And the more difference in temperature that you have, the faster the fan will run, is my thinking on that. No different than the propane thermocouple or thermopile. If the more difference between the tip where the thermocouple is heated and the cool junction at the bottom, the more power it will make. So that's basically how they work. So I did see on a video where the base, the base of it and where the top is, where you see those fins behind the fan blades, that comes apart there, and they have to be kind of secured and tight and airtight so that that thermopile or thermocouple that's in the middle can operate. So there's ways to seal that. There's some type of high temperature temperature, let's say goo, that you put on both sides of that. Then you sandwich it back together, and that usually kind of fixes it. So that is what I'm going to try on my sons. That doesn't work. So, there goes the fan. Look at that. Only took maybe 10 minutes. Now, my thinking is, on my stove here, you can see the top of the stove has got fins on it. I would think that it would work better on a flat top wood stove that has a solid 1/4 inch or 5/16 inch thick top plate. When that gets hot, it'll soak the heat into the base of that fan. So hot air rising, I don't think is as good as having a hot metal. So I got to get this stove pretty hot for it to really spin fast. It's not going very fast there. So anyway, that's the way they work as far as I'm concerned. So if you're having trouble with your fan, maybe take it apart and you'll see what's in between there. And put some, what I'm going to try is some high heat high heat never seize, I think is what I'm going to try. Anti-seize, is that what you call that stuff? Anyway, I'll go get it and I'll show you. So that's what I'm going to try on my sons, that I'm going to try and fix. A layer of that on both sides of if I can show you here without getting my fingers into it, I guess I can. Anyway, the top and the bottom here, it separates in there somewhere, right in about there. But this comes off, and then you layer in there with the high temperature goo, and that helps it. How do you call that? Helps it soak heat in. No airspace, in other words. Cool stuff off. Air is an insulator, so if you have air gaps in places, then the heat won't transfer as well. Anyway, that's what it is. Box here says operating temperature 140 to 653 Fahrenheit. Fuel savings up to 14%. Equipped with durable Japanese electrical machinery. No electricity required. But it's made in China. All right, so there we go. Hidalife 6-blade stove fan, that's what it's called. Check out your Amazon if you're interested in that kind of a thing. I'm just doing this video for fun. I'm not getting nothing for doing it. I paid for all the things and all that blah blah blah, so I'm just doing it for entertainment, for myself and for you. And I could be wrong on what I said about the thermocouple thing, but I don't think I am. So there we go. She's gone. Heat's on. So it took, I think, about 10 minutes to get going. Anyway, have a great day, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. Goodbye.